Good luck out there to everyone taking the April LSAT. I hope that you crush it. At this point, the final week before the test, I'm inundated with lots of last-minute questions about what LSAT test day itself would look like and what to do in the final week, so I'm here to break it all down for you. You should know that if you're taking the LSAT remotely, pens, pencils, mechanical pencils, highlighters are all totally fine. You can have with you 6 sheets of 8.5 by 11 sized scratch paper. It can be blank, lined, or graph. Lined and graph, of course, may be helpful for the logic game section, but it has to be standard sized paper. There used to be a loophole that you could use legal size paper. LSAC has since closed that loophole since I publicized that loophole, so you can't do that anymore. But 6 sheets, double-sided, 12 pages should be plenty. If you want to have a drink with you, that's totally fine. Any drink in a clear container is totally fine. So water, coffee, tea, soda, they're all good. And you can use soft foam generic earplugs to block out any outside noise, but nothing fancy. Keep it simple to avoid issues with the proctors. If you're taking the LSAT in person at a Prometric testing center, they will provide you with noise canceling headphones to block out sounds from other test takers and from the proctors themselves. They'll supply you with pencils. They'll supply you with the booklets of scratch paper, so you don't need to bring your own. And if you want to have a drink with you, it can only be water and has to be in a clear container. For security purposes, you can't have any notes or anything on the container, of course. So if you need coffee or tea or soda, drink it before entering the testing center. And of course, you'll be taking it on Prometric's computer. It'll be a desktop, and so you can't bring your own. Don't bring a tablet. It's going to be one of Prometric's computers, and if their computer doesn't work for some reason, of course, they can supply you with a different one. Now, as for what to do in this final week before the test, let's say hypothetically you're taking the LSAT on Friday. I recommend Thursday doing nothing at all, just relaxing, taking it easy, whatever that means for you. If it's taking a hot bath, getting a massage, going for a walk, all great options. You want to binge watch Netflix, totally fine. If it would stress you out not to study, then by all means study, but keep it very, very light. You want to make sure you're walking into test day fresh and ready to go. If you want to take a final practice test on Tuesday or Wednesday, totally fine, but don't do so if it would discourage you if you got lower results than you wanted, of course. So if you've already taken several practice tests, you may not need to take another one. And of course, beware of outlier results. Don't place too much importance on them. You always want to take the average of your most recent 5 practice tests, and those will be the best indication of where you currently stand walking into the test. And if you haven't yet taken practice tests or haven't taken that many, you may want to consider pushing off to a later test date. I know that nobody ever wants to hear that, but you want test day itself to feel like just another run through of what you've practiced several times already. Of course, you could take it in April and June as well. And of course, I'd recommend retaking the LSAT since law schools do not average multiple LSAT scores, but rather only take the highest. And April and June here are your last 2 chances to take the LSAT with the logic game section. Starting in August, they are removing the logic game section and replacing it with a second scored logical reasoning section. So if you want another shot at the games and you're not yet feeling totally ready for April, then of course you may want to take it in June in addition, or even if you are feeling ready for April, why not give yourself another at-bat just to see how it will go. But trust in the prep you've done up to this point. If you've been studying deliberately and consciously for at least a few months, if you've taken at least 5 to 10 practice tests, you're in a pretty good place to perform at your fullest potential on LSAT test day, assuming that you've been doing proper review and you've put in the work. I'm confident you'll destroy this exam. If you need anything at all, please feel free to reach out and I'll help however I can. And if you are considering a retake in June, August, or beyond, I'd be glad to help. At LSAT Unplugged, we offer live online classes via Zoom, on-demand video courses, small group coaching, and one-on-one coaching. You can check out the links below this video to find out more and to book a call with me and my team. We'd love to help you out. And if you are aiming for that 170 plus LSAT score in June or August, you should know I'm looking for a couple of students aiming to achieve just that, a 170 plus on the LSAT, but I do have a few requirements in order to work with me one-on-one for an intensive coaching program. I require that you've scored a 160 or above on at least one timed practice test, and that you've built a strong foundation in the basics of the exam, the different sections, and the different question types. If this describes you, please reach out. And in the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.